So 2022, that rolls around, and so that ends essentially.
Yep, that ends my commercial dairyman's career.
So then what do you do from there?
I didn't handle that real well. I drank too much, and I just ignored everything. I'm just being honest. I just shut the world out.
Yeah.
And then just before Christmas, after just sitting out in the barn looking at cows, I hadn't been drinking that day. I was just did the minimal stuff. I milked the cows, but I dumped all the milk. Hadn't really put a plan together of what I was going to do. I was avoiding the bank calls. I was avoiding, I just shut down. And I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And I came up to the house, and my wife met me at the door. And she looked at me and she said, "Honey, you are the guy," this is verbatim what she said, "you are the guy that would charge hell with a squirt gun and fight. And you're going to lay down and take this." So she said, "You figure out. You either fight for the farm, you fight for our kids, you fight for me, but you figure out what you're going to fight, or we quit and you go back to town and we're done. But you have to figure it out." She didn't cuss at me. She was a little loud, but she wasn't screaming at me. She wasn't like poking her finger. She was just waving her hand at me. And it was the thing I needed to wake up. And I said, okay. And I said, I'll get a plan. I need a little time to process a plan. So I just started out, and I was like, well, I got to do something with the bank because I'm out of compliance now. Because in agriculture, we always think that the bank is financing us. What the bank is actually financing is the market. They're financing that next level. They're saying, we have faith in the market down here. This operation is just a stepping stone to that. And unfortunately for everybody in agriculture, it's a real hard thing to realize that you're just the pass-through. You're pass-through for the lender, you're pass-through for government payments, you're just the pass-through. Because you don't produce food, you produce a commodity. So you don't have a community that depends on you. You have institutions that just extract from you. And so got the bank kind of settled down. We sold a bunch of cows to get some debt paid down. And all my kids came home for Christmas that year. All our kids came home for Christmas. And we didn't have a lot of money, so we kind of had a thin Christmas, but we put on our thing and did our stuff, and got done opening gifts and stuff. And I just told all the kids, I just was real honest, this is where we're at. We may quit, we may not. I don't know. This is what's happened. And I explained the story to them. And I'm crying because I'm like bearing my soul to my children. And then I just looked at each one of them and I said, I am sorry. I haven't done what I should have done. I haven't been the dad that I should have been. I apologize, and I ask that you forgive me. And my oldest son, who is 6'4", so he's just a mountain of a kid. He's a whole head taller than I am, and like 260, 270 pounds. I don't know, just strong, good-looking, handsome dude. And he gets up and he walks over, and he's got a smile on his face. And I looked at him. And I stood up, and he gave me this great big bear hug. And he just said, "We're here for you, Dad." And I was like, okay. And then my 1.5-year-old granddaughter, runs over and hugs my leg. And now I am just the Pillsbury Doughboy. I'm just folded up. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I have to fight for my family. I have to fight for a place for them. And so...
What was that moment like, especially your oldest and then obviously grandchild?
Oh, the most humbling thing I'd ever been through in my life, because as a dad, you're supposed to have all the answers. You're supposed to be everybody's rock. If you're doing dad right, everybody trusts in dad, and everybody looks at dad and goes, nothing can take Dad down. And here I am going, I haven't been what I've supposed to been. And I mean, I went back like 10 years. I was like, when you guys were in high school, I was, I was really just brutally honest. And it just is this intense vulnerability. And my wife was sitting next to me, and she was supporting me, but she was kind of like, whatever happens now is on you, buddy. But she was there. I mean, she was there for me, but she was kind of like, eh. And then when he came over, and I just realized I was vulnerable, and I realized that I needed to get my team back, and I alienated my greatest asset, which was my family. And I'm still working on doing that. Just because we had that moment, that didn't erase everything.
Absolutely.
But it was a start.
Yeah.
And then when my granddaughter grabbed my leg, I was like, that was one of the things that really turned my worldview around, because I was like, stop fighting for the moment and start fighting for the future.